students who have been admitting over the years. And so I know there will always be consent from professionals. They were very saturated in all the markets. I don't think so. We would want quality services to be given to the citizens of the country. And that, I think, means we need to reduce the pharmacist, people ratio, so that at least we guarantee, quality provision and dispensing of medicines to, people. The School of Pharmacy performs a number of functions in addition to producing, highly trained pharmacists. They also collaborate with other key people in the medical services in a manner where they come in to prove the efficacy of new drugs that might come in. And this is true for all different ailments, including AIDS and HIV. They also provide other critical services, of course, setting up, pharmacies where drugs can be easily accessed, by people. And so that creation of a network, of a distribution network of medicines becomes very important for citizens, in our society. We obviously try to get, the best students to train as pharmacists. They must have very good grades in chemistry, and then any other two, science subjects, which could be physics, it could be biology, or it could be mathematics. I would not, of course, mathematics as a mathematician. And so it is, I think, an important, development that we are in. This conference is very important to the university. It defines a major milestone in the sense that we do have here a truly international conference with delegates coming from 53 countries. I don't think we've in the past been able to bring people from, these many countries at one point and use them. And so this is a historic, event for us. I must, of course, thank the delegates for believing that you were not going to a country where probably as soon as you left the airport, someone will stage you and kill you. And so we were not quite sure whether the response was going to be this high, this, good, because of the international media. But I really want to thank you for being brave to make a decision, to come to Zimbabwe. And so your coming here demonstrates a number of other important things. Because you go away and you now tell the people about what you have seen in Zimbabwe. And in particular, what you have seen at the University of Zimbabwe. For a long time, we were outside the international university community, and then we came back, and now obviously we are, networking with many universities. All I can tell you is that we have many partner universities in North America, both USA and Canada. We have partner universities in South America. We have partner universities in Europe. We have partner universities in Asia. We have partner universities even in Australia and New Zealand. And so we are trying to be quite international in the way we conduct our business. And all I have to tell you is that we also invite you to come and train at the University of Zimbabwe. And if you find some people who have interest to come and be part of us, tell them they are most welcome to join the University of Zimbabwe community. And so that's an open invitation to you all. To support you, if you think you want to pursue an academic line and you want to get out of your home country and get somewhere to go and teach, I openly invite you to consider the University of Zimbabwe, and we'll be able to accept you and let you contribute to the capital human formation that we are involved in. And so as you deliberate on many topical issues confronting us in the medical area, I would want to urge you to think carefully. I want to urge you to think in terms of what could be called international, standards, shared standards in the provision of medicines to citizens in our different countries. It is extremely important that benchmarking has got to be part of the things you need to discuss in the provision of services in the dispensing of medicines. And so I want to urge you to deliberate and focus, and we'll be interested to see what recommendations come out of the young minds, the future pharmacists, in the global village. And so I say welcome to the University of Zimbabwe, welcome to Harare. With these few remarks, it is my singular honor to declare your 62nd Congress officially open. I thank you very much.
And this is another opportunity to make a brave decision to attach to this person. You never know, you might win yourself, maybe a trip to Victoria Falls. Okay, moving on with our program, I'm going to call upon the IPSF president and the reception committee chairperson for a special presentation. Thank you so much. Executive, and the reception committee, I'm sorry, guys, can you please stand up? My team, the reception committee. So, we are not only 4 it's 15 of us, but we are all over. You get to meet them as we go. So we just want to thank you as IPSF, us as the delegates, the students, everyone contributed. Just want to thank you, and by appreciating you with small gifts. This is from IPSF, not from us, but from everyone here. Okay, so we're going to start with the presentation of our guests. I would like to call upon Vice Chancellor. As I hear said, we want to say thank you very much for the support. And also representing the Dean of College of Health Sciences, representing Professor Chizonga. I would like to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. And also to the Director of the School of Pharmacy, our very own Professor C. Makonda. I'd like to say thank you very much. Also, to the Vice Chancellor, Professor. Sorry, Pro-Vice Chancellor. And the President of the Pharmaceutical Society of Zimbabwe, Mr. Wilfred Rubio. Thank you very much for your support. We really appreciate you. Last but not least, the Director of Pharmaceutical Services. Would like to say thank you very much for your support. I appreciate your unwavering support from day one. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to our close, in short, I will say Usatenda Muroi. To those who don't understand, please see me after this presentation so that I can explain. I'd like to call upon another very important person. You know, this was not going to be successful without his support. He has stood with us from day one. He has given us the advice necessary to make this event a success, and that's the Director of School of Pharmacy, Professor Makonda. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much for the ceremony. Vice Chancellor, Professor Makonda. Vice Chancellor, Professor Bashiri, Acting Dean, Dr. Njaji, the College of Health Sciences, President of the PSF, Ms. Ekons, Director of Pharmacy Services, Mrs. Bowman, President of the Pharmaceutical Society, Mr. Kurupia, Reception Committee Chairperson, Mr. Masuko, PSF members and delegates. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been asked to give a vote of thanks, which is the most blessed thing one can be asked to do, because the Christian Bible teaches us it is only through appreciation that you get the most blessings. So since I've been given this opportunity, and this is not an opportunity for me to teach clinical pharmacokinetics, I can be free to speak like a father. I can speak like a father because I was where you are 36 years ago, believe it or not, as pharmacy students. I've been with the University of Zimbabwe for the past 31 years teaching pharmacy. So, give me a chance not to even liken you to gentamicin or any other immunocompromised or any other drug for that. I want to appreciate. You know what? When you are sitting there, you probably don't appreciate how beautiful it looks. How beautiful you guys are here from here. I'm just so glad I'm told that there are two teams that are live streaming this occasion. So ladies and gentlemen, I know you have traveled a long way to come from wherever you come from, all over the world. Why don't you shout like the nice shout I heard from the Australians? Are there any pharmacy students in the house? Any pharmacy students from Australia? Pharmacy students from Argentina? Pharmacy students from Egypt? Pharmacy students from South Korea? Pharmacy students from Zimbabwe? You deserve to be hosts. I'm so proud of you, but before I go in that direction, I want to appreciate what all of us have done. Appreciate Professor Nyakura, the main host, even though it's not here. I believe you guys are going to have a closing ceremony. I think you might expect him to be there. Let me give you a little bit of stories that might actually show you that your group is quite inspired by these people sitting here. You who come from Western countries, particularly North America, know that your populations out there are aging, right? Which means that the need for pharmacy services right now is increasing because you are having to care for elderly people where more drugs are required, right? Is that not correct? Yes. It so happens that also in the developing world we have new infectious diseases such as HIV that have come over the past 2.5 decades. We're still grappling with malaria and TB as well. But sometime 2 decades ago, around 2002, there was a time when the United States system was changing from a BSc degree offered to entry-level family. There was a year when we supplied pharmacists. So what we did was we took all pharmacists from Europe, and then the Europeans took all English-speaking pharmacists from this part of the world. So there was a brain drain. This school almost shut because faculty members moved to Europe, the United States. But Professor Nyakura back then was pro-vice chancellor. He was assigned to prevent that school from closing. So I can tell you with pride that as far as Professor Nyakura is concerned, the pharmacy project is personal to him. Because it prevented enabled us to fill all the vacant posts, and as we heard him, he's planning to have us increase the intake, including increasing the staff size as well. We appreciate him for that. We never doubted his support. The dean of the college has worked with the pharmaceutical fraternity to make sure that there's smooth communication between the government, the policy makers, industry, and the pharmaceutical society itself to make the pharmacy students centerpiece in the college. So we appreciate the team through his representative here. Then the pharmaceutical fraternity, there comes a time when we must appreciate you as well. Today we have Mr. Gripia as president, but there are so many presidents that have gone through the system, and each and every one of them has been supporting the pharmacy profession through our students. The Pharmacists Council here, which is supposed to be the regulator of pharmacists, is not only a regulator, it is a supporter. If you come to the School of Pharmacy, actually the School of Pharmacy has the highest scholarship to student ratio in the university, I'm proud to say, thanks to the efforts of the Pharmaceutical Society and the Pharmacists Council. We have been mobilizing this kind of support. Mrs. Mawel, I think you have been mentioned as the voice of the pharmacy profession. Yes, truly you are. I think ever since you took over that position, things have turned around for the good. We really appreciate it, and we know that you are always there where pharmacy students are gathered together. You provided the buses from the Ministry of Health for the now all important, all attractive post-Congress tour, which I believe these people will also enjoy. But when we are having the African event, the Ministry of Health provided those buses. The medicines will follow currently another regulator of medicines also provides scholarships for pharmacy students, making it easier for our intelligent pharmacy students to actually do their work and not have to worry about the fact that perhaps their parental support may not be enough. Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association, pharmaceutical distributors, community pharmacists have all come together to be the most competent, mature mentors for pharmacy students. Therefore, ZPSA is not a project just for the university because we have the students. Their professional services directly report to the Pharmaceutical Society of Zimbabwe because of that pool of mentors that we have there. The Ministry of Higher Tertiary Education, I believe, they are providing the other live streaming team, which is here, and they've been supporting you for moving around during the Congress and post-Congress as well. So I'd like to appreciate the Minister of Higher Tertiary Education for that. The local and international pharmaceutical presenters, I had an excellent session since yesterday. I want to thank those presenters who have come from a long way off, and I think we will be experiencing in the next 10 days more of those presentations. Now, visiting students from all over the world. Yes, the Vice Chancellor mentioned that you were bold enough to say we want to go to Zimbabwe, and you are now experiencing that it is one of the safest places on earth, and I'm sure you are going to realize that this sunshine is not something that we take for granted for nothing. It's likely to be there at least 80% of the time that we will be here. So I hope you will enjoy it, and I would like to acknowledge the fact that it is only the power of the youth that you don't see any barriers that are created maybe by the news media or anything like that. You are curious enough to want to see this for yourselves. Now, I also believe that we have fellow student professional associations around. It might be engineers, it might be medical students if you are here, it might be law association students. If you are here, I would like to challenge you to say, since the pharmacy students have been able to do this well-defined, I'm sure you'll be able to do one soon or soon enough. Now, coming to ZPSA, which is this hosting Zimbabwe Pharmacy Students Association, this is a big deal, isn't it? This is a big deal. The president said it hasn't happened in Africa for the past 20 years. We have managed to pull it off. It just makes me so proud to be a professor of pharmacy standing here. Can we have a round of applause for ZPSA? Now, I think you might have heard that ZPSA has been around for a long time. I think one of the speakers yesterday, Mr. Mike House, as the president of it, before it was Zimbabwe Rhodesia Pharmacy Student Association, way in 1976. He has gone on to become president of the society. Now, although he is based in Chicago, USA, he continues to take interest in student associations. We appreciate Mr. House. Now, more recently, when we have now been paying attention to what our students are doing, around 2010 to 2011, this was the time when the effect of the diaspora loss, we had lost around 2002 our pharmacists going into the diaspora, but around 2010 those pharmacists were beginning to contribute. And so 2010, 2011, we had a number of sponsorships by pharmacists who are based in the diaspora, sponsoring honest research projects here. This was during the Mukama ZPSA president. And this is when students gained the courage to actually go global, because they realized that their own pharmacists were in the diaspora and they were actually making it. But later on, around 2012, actually in 2012, when ZPSA's activities were heating up, something happened. Said, you might have heard that one of the students who was in ZPSA's organizing team, his name was Ellen Mchini. I'm sure you remember the pharmacy students here might have mentioned. She was the public relations officer for ZPSA back then. Said things that on the day when she finished exams and she was going home at a bus stop, she was knocked down and she died. Have you heard this story? This was during post-Ramaphosa's reign as president of ZPSA. When everybody was now said that these things were happening, the Pharmaceutical Society president happened to come to our office here and say, I've seen, and the other mentors came to our office and said, I'm seeing that the students are really sad that they have lost one of theirs. We don't know how to console them. I said to them that there was a sponsor who was offering to give some scholarships. If only we could come up with an Ellen Mchini Leadership Award, which came as a scholarship. That one was established, and the first recipient of the Ellen Mchini Leadership Award was Ms. Masuko here, who happens to be the organizing committee for today's event. I think that is so. What this means that what you are doing is serious enough. You are going to have good times and bad times. But if you you are thinking is positive, as you are doing right now, I will bold enough to want to end my vote of thanks here by saying, let's imagine that we are now in the 21st century and the pharmacy profession is having to transform itself, isn't it? From wherever you are, the pharmacy profession has to cope with 21st century environment which is globalized. So as you seek to redefine yourself, there's going to be new disciplines that are going to come. You are going to generate those new disciplines by marrying yourselves to other disciplines such as medicine, such as law, such as engineering, such as social sciences. When you blend those with your pharmacy profession, you are bound to introduce new dimensions of pharmacy practice. So, the sky is the limit as far as the profession that you have chosen is concerned. I just wish I was 36 years, 36 years where you are today, and I had the kind of vision that I now have with hindsight, that this profession is the best profession on earth. Do you agree with that? Why this is a profession which provides professional service, isn't it? But it's also a science. So you can deal in a commodity by selling commodities. You can do research, but you can also give professional services. And that is as diverse a profession that it can be. Therefore, let's declare that pharmacy in Zimbabwe, today where you are, and pharmacy in the Southern African and the African region where we are, and pharmacy globally will never be the same after IPSF 2016. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Maponga, for appreciating everyone. Allow me to take this time to appreciate you. We are so grateful as the reception committee. Thank you very much for opening your door to us. I know at several times you have used the office, working long hours. We really appreciate your support. And if you didn't know, amongst a lot of great things that Professor has done, is also managed to compose a song, a pharmacist song. And the album title is Ask a Pharmacist, in Shona Funzai, a pharmacist. So if you're interested, please see me after this session. Okay, as we come to the close of this session, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, if we can all stand to our feet as we give this time to our guests and all our guests to make our way to our guest room. Once again, let's give a round of applause to our guests. Also to our guests in the house, thank you very much for making time with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. To the delegates, our scientific symposium session will be resuming soon, so we can take a seat as a